starting to make their way now down towards the water. The wind has changed a little bit more, coming now from the south rather than the southeast. When it was coming from the southeast, it was sort of blowing in from that area where the leopard hyena were. Whether it was bringing scent of the carcass or the predators, not really sure. Seems they're a lot more relaxed now. Now they're heading to the water. But the other thing is that the impala have made their way down to the water, and I suppose I might have been joking when I said the wildebeest will use the impala, but it was also serious, because wildebeest are like that. They will follow other animals. They'd rather let other animals be the guinea pigs, as it were. I mean, when it comes to the big migration down on the Mara River, they wait for the zebra to go first. Only once the zebras start making their way down to the river will the wildebeests go down. 26 goslings and the geese. Chasing off a stray goose, mother goose, come back to the goslings. Sorry, heron. Quick drink and back to the grassland, back to grazing. It was nice to see that, actually. We don't get to see that too often on drive. And speaking of driving, let's continue. Definitely needed. Things are looking a little dry. Elephant here during the night. A lot of marauders judging. Well, he must have been shaking the tree. Look at that, the little nursery of impalas, the youngsters playing king of the castle. Interesting, a number of fairly large rams with this herd. Not quite sorting their hierarchy out just yet. There are some rams that are already starting to keep other rams away from the herd, but this is obviously a herd where the rams haven't started yet. Quite often we've spoken about the markings of animals and the very distinct markings, in particular with these impala. You can see the black stripes, but most importantly what you can see when they do swing their tail is that very distinct little bit of white that they show on either side of their tail. And this constant tail flicking that they're doing now is a very important, subtle message that makes its way through the herd to allow everybody to just carry on grazing, carry on feeding, no need to look around, there's no danger. There was a moment a few seconds ago when one startled a whole bunch of them, and the tail flicking stopped, and they all moved in unison, and as soon as they stopped and as soon as they realized that there was no danger, they all flicked their tails at exactly the same time, almost as a reassurance to everybody else that they got a fright but everything's okay. So this casual tail flicking that we see, and the amount of white that is shown against the background of black stripes, is a very calming signal. We call it flag signaling. If they were to show broader expanse of white and maybe not flick the tail as much, it turns to a danger signal. And any variation of emotions in between. The ears, of course, having black tips to the white or the tan on the back of the ears, those black tips help other individuals identify where an individual is actually listening, not only looking, but the intensity at which it's listening, because hearing, of course, is a very important sense. And when something hears something, normally what will happen is it'll look up, and if it senses any danger, the tail will stop flicking, and other individuals around it will then look up themselves to see why the tail isn't flicking, why the message of calm isn't being transmitted. And then the next thing they'll look at is to see where the ears are pointed and to see where the face is pointed, and that's where all the other markings come in, helping to identify at a very quick glance where the direction of a potential threat is coming from. No use putting your head up and just swiveling it around if there is a potential threat from a specific direction. And it's those markings and the tail flicking that let them know these things. Clearly we pose no threat. They're quite relaxed around us. Look, there's a jumping spider catching a fly on my dashboard. There's a salticid spider stalking a fly. Come on, you got the pneumatic legs. Jump, spider, catch that fly. Catch it, catch it, catch it. Oh, you missed. Hello, you. Oh. The most wonderful spiders, jumpers. Yeah, now. Oh, it's from the duct tape. It's the duct tape spider. Onward her. That's for the boys up there. The little horn buds are starting to grow. The ones on the left with their heads down. Yoo-hoo. Morning, Jeffrey in Texas. Jeffrey wants to know why the males are called rams and not bucks. I think because we use buck as just a general term for antelope. Buck can be male or female. We tend to adopt the ram and ewe for the smaller antelope, and then the bull and cow for the larger antelope. And in deer you would use stag and doe, stag, doe and fawn. Here we use ram, ewe and lamb. And I think I missed the photo up there. It was quite a nice photo earlier. Those little ones.